Hi everyone, my name is Tim. I am one of your TAs for EE316, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial for how to use SimUAid. So I'm going to use the demo example from your Lab 1 and just go through that with you. So we have the function that we want to do outputs a 1 if and only if the majority of 3 inputs is 1. So here's the truth table that you are given in your lab manual, and we're going to use that truth table to build the SimUAid circuit. So actually, if you look down a little lower, it says that the midterm expansion for this truth table is A prime BC or A B prime C or A B C prime or ABC. And you know from the laws of Boolean algebra that you're able to minimize that to AB or BC or AC. So now we can go into SimUAid and we can build this circuit with SimUAid. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get 3 2-input AND gates and 1 3-input OR gate. So the way we do that is we go to parts, then go down to and just do 2 input. And we're just going to make 3 of those. And then when we're going to go to parts and get an OR gate with 3 inputs. You're also able to change the size just so that everything looks a little nicer. And if you want to move around your parts, you go to this little hand icon, and then you can move around the parts as you see necessary. So here what we're going to do is we're going to connect our 3 AND gates to the inputs of our OR gate. So we're going to click this line icon, and that will give us the ability to connect some wires. So you just connect them like so, and then you are able to get the outputs from the AND gates to be fed into your OR gate. So a cool trick that you're able to do is you're able to click on this question mark icon, and that will give you the values at each of the places in the circuit. So here, since we don't have any inputs on our AND gates yet, they're just labeled as Z's, but if you were to connect an input to them, then they would be a 0 or a 1. And so we're going to do that now. We're going to create our variables A, B, and C, and the way we do that is by using a part, and we're going to get a switch. So we're going to make 3 switches, one for A, one for B, and one for C. And it doesn't really matter where you put them because we're going to use these things called virtual connections. So to get virtual connections, you click on the icon at the top left that says ABC on it, and now you're able to go to each of your switches and label them as A, as B, and as C. And so now you can go to your AND gate inputs, and we have, remember, AB or BC or AC. So we're going to label A and B in an AND gate together, and then we have B and C, and then we have A and C. And then we have our output Z. So if you were needing to use A prime or B prime or C prime in this circuit, which we don't, but if you were, you would also need to connect an inverter to each of these inputs, and then you can label the other end of the inverter. So you see how this inverter will take the value of A, B, or C, and then it will invert it? Well, what we can do now is we can label those as A prime, for instance. So you can do AP. You can't use A with an apostrophe because later in the semester we're going to be taking these SimUAid circuits and putting them into a different program that doesn't support apostrophes. So make sure that you use a different notation to recognize the primes. So these virtual connections now work for A, B, C, A prime, B prime, and C prime. So you can use those in your circuit if you would need to. And really the last thing that you need to know is You can use the cursor here to highlight something and you can delete it, or you can use this hand, like I said, to just move things around if you need to. It's really up to you, and that's the way that you would draw this circuit. Oh, one other thing. You can change the input switches by getting highlighting this cursor and then going over to the switches and just clicking on the little diagonal line, and then you're able to change the inputs A, B, and C to whatever you need so that you can test your output. So for instance, if A is 1, B is 0, and C is 0, we get that Z is also 0. But if we were to switch B to 1, so we had 1, 1, 0, then the output is 1. So it's a very versatile tool that you can use, and you would just want to save this file and with whatever circuit you have been assigned for this lab, and then you can upload it to Canvas. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.